Let's explore the Individual Instruction and Assessment Plan rubric in more detail. Section 1, who is the learner? The description of the learner. The candidate is to provide evidence that he or she regularly assesses individual and group performance in order to design and adapt instruction to meet learners' needs in each area of development, cognitive, linguistic, social, emotional, and physical, and scaffolds to the next level of development. In doing so, candidates will be meeting both INTASC Standard 1 and BDOD Standard 1 related to the learners and learning, as well as a cross-cutting theme of diversity. As you are reviewing the rubric with candidates, when introducing the assessment, please review each row, pointing out the distinctions between each of the levels 1 through 4 related to scoring. When reviewing the scoring criteria, note how the criteria for the score of 1, 2, 3, and 4 differ. The differences might be small, but they are evident. The difference in a 3 and a 4 in row 1 is that to score a 4, the candidate must provide not only the description, but both appropriate and multiple forms of assessment. Multiple forms is not included in the meet standard column. Additionally, as we scroll through and roll to the bottom of this column, the candidate describes and provides examples of impact of learner characteristics on learning. Again, meeting standards, a variety of examples is not required. Those examples exceed the expectations for what is expected for a candidate at this point in their program. As we continue through this rubric in a row-by-row review, we want to make certain that assessors, as they go row by row, review the standard being met, what criteria is for each of the levels, provide examples specific to your program. Call upon candidates' prior knowledge to help them understand how they're going to meet the target score, and let them know that possibly some of the information that will be assessed will also be addressed in earlier assignments in this course prior to the completion of this larger common assessment. As noted earlier, Section 1, who is the learner, has 3 rows. The first row was used in the previous example. Row 2 addresses the technology theme by candidates assessing a range of resources and services to meet specific learner needs. Row 3 is the assessment of educational need, and this describes how candidates use multiple data sets to determine student learning differences and needs. Section 2 is next. What should they learn? The identification of learning objectives. The first row addresses a selection of appropriate learning objectives and content standards that are relevant to learners. This row also assesses the diversity theme. Row 2 of Section 2 is the identification of the rationale for the learning objectives. Candidates are asked to use formative and summative data, learner prior knowledge, and learner interest in designing instruction. This row will also address the diversity cross-cutting theme, as noted by the icon. Section 3 is how will you teach and how will they learn, and it addresses 4 standards, each in a separate rubric row. The first row assesses the alignment of instructional strategies to the learning objectives and learner needs, which will also provide alignment to the diversity theme. The next row assesses how well learners understand and apply content knowledge in appropriate ways, which allows candidates to address both the diversity and college and career-ready standard. Row 3 assesses all 3 cross-cutting themes as candidates connect concepts and use different perspectives and digital resources to engage learners in critical thinking, creativity, and collaborative problem solving. Then the next row in section 3 is the rationale for instructional strategies and adaptations. This assesses how well candidates use instructional decisions based upon their understanding of the learner's developmental needs. This row also addresses the diversity standard. And section 4, just one row. How will you know they learned what you taught? This relates to the assessment plan and how well it aligns to the objectives and instructional methods, as well as how biases are minimized by the candidate while developing the assessment plan. Please take time to review each row and the specific assessment criteria you will use in scoring the assessment. Candidates and assessors will access TK20 via their Blackboard course. No additional login is needed. More information about navigating TK20 can be found at the Aero Office's TK20 link on the College of Education and Human Development website. Please check with your academic program coordinator or course lead if you need additional information on accessing Blackboard or have any questions about the assessment in your program. If you have general questions related to the rubric, please contact Dr. Teresa Edkins, Senior Academic Advisor to the Accreditation and External Reporting Office at tedkins@gmu.edu. That's TEDKINS@gmu.edu. Thank you.